What's up guys, I'm Kevin Rogers. I'm here at the High Tech Studio. We're gonna have a little fun today tinting this car. I've got my pal Mauricio in over here. I'm gonna do some two-stage. No, I'm sorry.
No, we're gonna do plotters. We're gonna do plotters and hand cut.
Plotters and hand cut.
You know, you'll get there soon. Don't rush your defeat, okay? We're gonna get to that part.
So I'm the plotter guy, he's the hand cut guy, and we're gonna see, you know, just work together and see what's a little bit quicker based on our knowledge and our experience, so.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest questions. People always say, what's faster, hand cutting or plotter? Is it really justified to spin on a plotter? Or can you get it all done by hand? So that's what we're gonna be testing today. I got my money on plotter. What do you think? You think I can outcut a plotter?
No,
probably
not me.
Yeah,
not me. So we'll see.
I think it's plotter, but we're gonna give it a test. I'm gonna hand cut this. He's gonna work on one side of the vehicle. I'm gonna work on the other. We're gonna switch shades so that way, you know, we kind of get more of that real expectation of a shop, okay? So you ready to get started?
Let's get to it.
Let's go. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and start with our hand cutting. You gotta be filming him over there. Yeah.
I'm giving you a chance.
You giving me a chance to catch up, Kevin?
Giving you a chance to catch up.
All right, let's give this a shot. So, all right, guys, so this customer, they want 35% on the front windows. So we're gonna go ahead and get that started here. So I'm just gonna come over here, measure my glass, 36. And if you have a smaller roll, you can just, you know, cut this out directly from the box. But since we're gonna be using a 40-inch, I'm gonna allow myself some space here, so. All right, come on, let's go to the car.
All right, guys, so we're gonna load this plotter up. This is probably one of the most tedious parts. Not crazy. Slide this in. We're gonna move this over, center our film, line up our film, hit enter, it's ready to go. All right, so we've got a 22 Cadillac CT4, good deal. So I'm gonna start off with the front window. I'm not gonna start off, I'm actually gonna cut both. So I've got the left side. We'll throw that in. We'll grow left rear window. Nope, I can't. We're doing 20%, so I have to do it all on one. So to keep from wasting too much film, I'm gonna turn the pattern like that, and then we're gonna cut the pattern out sideways so that we don't waste too much film. So cut, let the plotter do its thing.
So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna cut with the long side just so we're not wasting as much film. So I'm gonna cut that here. So I don't know, guys. I think we can get pretty quick. Now, sometimes when we hand cut, we're gonna have to do a double cut, which will make it a little bit faster. But in this instance, what we're doing is we're gonna cut the rears and the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and just lock down that top edge. Just makes your cut a little bit cleaner.
I'm gonna spray my glass, get it ready for my pattern. Put this up on the glass. I'll weed away the extra. Need to adjust the blade a little bit. Definitely need to adjust the blade. Toss that over there. Trim off the excess. All right, we'll get this out of our way, put it on the car.
So as you can see, it looks like, Kevin, you already got that front done?
No.
Not yet?
Not yet, still working on it.
All right, so just gonna curve this. So this is the new blade on here, guys, but sometimes when you get it out of the box from it moving so much, you still have to make sure you snap it. That wasn't cutting very great, but let's go ahead. Okay, so there we go. So now we're actually cutting. So is my front pattern. So we're gonna just put that down. So now let's go back over here. So this was our front. Now we're gonna do the rear. Now the reason it'll be a little bit harder just because we have that quarter in the back. The plotter is definitely, in my opinion, something that's gonna make it a little bit easier. So that should be height-wise. So measure the height, that's about 15. So you put the height here, you pull it out on the box itself. So we know this is gonna give us full coverage for both the quarter and the back glass. Let's go back over here to the car. Anchor your film. Let's cut out this other side. You always want to rip out to the edge. Lock down your top, insert your blade. You just want to go ahead and keep that consistent angle all the way through. Tear off that excess. Now we're just gonna, make our pattern pretty here. Add a little bit of a curve because we don't want that lifting. Same thing at the end. And see, when you hand cut, you kind of have a little bit more accuracy, I think, whenever it comes to the top edge. Sometimes with the plotter, the top edge will be a little bit off. So hand cutting is always gonna be beneficial. So here's our pattern for the back. And now let's go ahead and work on this quarter glass here. Now we have a factory edge, definitely use that. So I do have a little bit of a factory edge on this side. Put it here.
All right, so when you cut it sideways, you gotta shrink to the back, and I like to shrink because I'm a two-stager. So you gotta pull all the loose film to the back. So we're gonna do that here. So now we'll shrink everything on the back edge to put a curl in it, so when we install it, we won't get any loose film, so. All right, so we don't need this now. So we'll just rebox it, get out of the way. Pull our 20 out. Get this loaded. Again, this is kind of the worst part, but not the worst of anything, just the worst part of this. So we'll move our cutter head over so we can see what we're doing. Slide our roll into place. Give it a tug and center it. Line up our cutting head. And the left. Same thing, we're gonna turn this sideways so we can capitalize on the film. Like that. Move that in, click cut. Wait for the plotter to do its thing. And get my window ready for the pattern. And feed some film out so we don't cut through our pattern. Now to make it easier to peel, I'm just gonna separate the two patterns. So I can peel this one separate from that one. Get rid of that. Same thing here. Cut across. Cut it down. Put these on the car. Grab this one.
How's it going, Mr. Kevin? You almost done over there?
I am. Almost. Don't you worry about what I'm doing. Just worry about what you're doing. Worry about the major L you're gonna take.
The good thing is with the plotter, you don't have to worry about much, Kevin, besides you about to lose, So, take that off. And we're just gonna round off our edge here. And that's time, fellas. So as you can see, I am faster than a plotter. Well, at least faster than Kevin on a plotter.
Time.
As you can see, I have my Kevin.
Nice.
Kevin too, Kevin
I'm actually pretty surprised by that.
So as you can see, there's really not that much difference.
That was almost neck and neck.
Yeah, it was probably like less than 10 seconds
of
a difference. So all that to say.
And to be fair, I did forget to say time. You'll see that in the video, but it's still only accounted for maybe 2 seconds. So I would say in fairness, he beat me, but by very little.
What does it say on that Fast and Furious movie? It isn't a mile if you win by an inch or a mile. A win is a
win is a win.
A win is a win. But to keep things fair, normally when you're cutting by a plotter, you're not cutting out individual windows. So if he was cutting out 2 fronts, 2 rears, and 2 quarters, I'm sure the plotter would have been way faster.
Yeah, the trick, if we were doing, let's say 20% on both front and back, I would have cut all 3 pieces on one and never had to change the roll.
Exactly.
So there's things you're gonna run into with the plotter that's gonna slow you down, and there's gonna be times that the plotter's gonna speed you up.
Yeah.
But you can see, in real life, on average, it's not that it saves you a whole bunch of time. Where you save the time is on fixed windows.
Yeah. Back glass, SUVs, those big quarter windows. So super important. Just keep in mind that whenever you are using the plotter, it's just a lot cleaner. You're not cutting on the glass. As you can see on my video, I did cut on the window itself. So whether you want to invest in one, that comes down to your personal preference. If it's worth it to you. Here, I use the plotter every single day. Mr. Rogers will say that that's the same thing for him.
Absolutely.
But yeah, go ahead and make your decision at this point. Are you team hand cut or team plotter? Go ahead and comment below. Mr. Rogers, you ready for part 2?
Let's go.
All right.